For Japanese SUVs, the past several years have been difficult. They are still commended for their dependability and utility, but their performance and style have declined. The fact that certain legends are now losers is even more startling. You may choose wisely with the aid of our list of the top and bottom Japanese SUVs for 2025. We finish on a somewhat contentious note, so stay tuned. Yes, exactly. It's likely that your preferred Japanese SUV was left out. We start with the worst SUVs made in Japan. The Acura MDX is number 5. The 2024 MDX, which is currently in its 4th iteration, is still lagging behind its European competitors. It aims to compete with the BMW X5 and Audi Q7, but it just falls short. The handling is, to be fair, a plus. The Acura has a lot of grip because to its great handling all-wheel drive, the MDX feels secure in the wet and turns like a smaller SUV. Additionally, the steering is quick and precise. The compliments stop there. Not as thrilling as the engine. For a premium SUV, the 3.5-liter V6 basic engine seems unimpressive. In testing, it took 7.5 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. Compared to almost all of its competitors in its class, that is sluggish. The cabin is comfortable though. Although there are technological advancements, nothing shouts high-end. You anticipate more power, punch, and wow for a premium badge. And that is the 2024 MDX's issue. It makes more promises than it fulfills. It's pleasant yet unmemorable. In its class, this SUV isn't the best investment unless you get a great price or adore the emblem. The Nissan Rogue comes in at number 4. The Nissan Rogue appears to be a victory at first sight. Excellent design, respectable technology, and a well-known brand. However, don't let the polish deceive you. There are underlying issues with this SUV. First, let's talk about the transmission. The Rogue doesn't employ the good sort of CVT. It struggles under pressure, is noisy, and has a rubbery feel. Drivers complain about strange noises, jerky shifting, and even complete failure. You don't want your regular journey to be that. Another disappointment is the build quality. It seems less expensive than competitors because to its hard plastics, boring finishes, and cabin noise, panels rattle and buttons feel fragile. It simply doesn't stand up over time. The models that received the most complaints were those from 2014 to 2016 and select trims from Even though the latest models appear to be the same, many of the same issues persist. The Rogue begins to seem like a poor choice, and the shaky displays offer you a track record that is far from reliable. There are more intelligent options available to you, some of which we will discuss in more detail later. Next, however, a phony luxury brand fails to live up to expectations. Once more, the Mitsubishi Outlander is ranked 3rd. Don't be fooled by the suit. This SUV is dressed for success. It has a tech-rich specification list, a spacious cabin, and a sleek appearance. However, the polish begins to wear off after a few spins. Let's go right to the point. The lowest point happened in 2018. Even if it didn't receive the most complaints, its problems weren't minor. The issue of early brake wear is the most annoying. Only a few months after purchase, owners were switching pads due to weak inferior parts. Then the electricity issues arose. Some drivers complained that their Outlanders would either completely lose power or not start at all. Additionally, the 2.4-liter 4-cylinder basic engine is ineffective. It suffers under load and is sluggish and underpowered. The plug-in hybrid is your only good choice if you want any actual performance. Well, that's not what consumers are looking for these days. And security? The NHTSA only gave the AWD model 4 ratings. When competitors reach 5s, it's not terrific. Furthermore, that costs $31,550 more than 3 of the top SUVs on our list. However, those will be discussed later. The Toyota CHR comes in at number 2. The 2022 CHR is the odd one out of a good lineup, which may surprise you to see Toyota here. The athletic, daring style attracts attention. Surprisingly comfortable is the suspension as well. It travels smoothly over speed bumps and potholes without making you shiver. It seems light and manageable around turns. Unfortunately, this is where the good news ends. Visibility is terrible. Parking and lane changes are a guessing game due to the short rear window and thick rear pillars. The speed or lack thereof comes next. Overall, fuel efficiency is good at 29 miles per gallon, but the sound of the engine destroys the atmosphere. Give it gas, but the 1.8-liter hybrid hums softly at low speeds. And it moans. Work is being protested. The 2L is still whining under strain, but it's a touch better. It wears you out, but it doesn't completely destroy the journey. The CHR is a good choice if you value comfort, style, and fuel economy. Just don't expect pragmatism, peace, or power. Despite its sparkle, this SUV is unable to stay up with the competition. The last one may hurt a bit, especially if you've had a soft place for it in the past, so brace up. Lastly, the Nissan Pathfinder comes in first. In 2025, Nissan once again emerges as one of the worst automakers you'll ever regret purchasing. Although the Pathfinder has long been a beloved family vehicle, newer models have more problems than benefits. Pump the brakes if you're interested in the 2024 model. Although it is reasonably priced, its line of three-row SUVs includes far superior models. The Pathfinder's spaciousness and quiet ride make it an excellent choice for road trips. However, its tight steering hinders its off-road ability. Although the Pathfinder gets you where you need to go, it lacks compelling excitement and genuine feedback. Furthermore, it feels more like a tool than an adventure because its sole goal is utility. It falls farther behind the competition when quality control problems and previous recalls are taken into account. Going old school is your best option unless you're a genuine Pathfinder aficionado. Most of their contemporary siblings have not fared as well as those boxy first generations aged 87 to 95. Stop wearing flops. Moving on, let's discuss the Japanese SUVs that are affordable this year. The Honda Pilot comes in at number 5. The biggest Honda car contains all the features you could possibly need. In a three-row SUV, it has a 3.5-liter V6 engine that produces 262 pound-feet of torque and 285 horsepower. With all-wheel drive, it translates to powerful acceleration and a 5,000-pound towing capacity. It's more than simply muscle. Though on the interstate, the Pilot can also achieve up to 27 miles per gallon. About 19 will be available throughout the city. For a large family hauler, that is a fantastic level of efficiency. Additionally, annual maintenance is superior to its class. The average cost during a 10-year period is around $7,300, whereas many of its competitors charge close to $15,000. Safety is also very important. The INHS Top Safety Pick Plus Award went to the 2025 Pilot. You are therefore protected if peace of mind is important, which it should be. Let's now discuss dependability. The 2025 model received an 82 out of 100 rating from J.D. Power, a strong vote of confidence, that is. On earlier models, several owners report that they have reached 300,000 miles without experiencing any significant problems. It's designed for real living on the inside. Smart technology, enough cargo space for road excursions, equipment or shopping, and space for 8 people. The 2025 Honda Pilot is a stylish SUV that combines dependability, safety, power, and spaciousness. However, the newest SUV is the best in its class if you're looking for something more rugged. The Subaru Forester comes in at number 4. It's simple to understand why Sobi has amassed a devoted fan base over the years. With an unbeatable blend of capability, comfort, and confidence, the 2024 Forester carries on that tradition. It is daring, useful, and loaded with features that actual drivers value most. A 2.5-liter flat-4 engine that generates 82 horsepower and 76 pound-feet of torque powers the Forester. That might not seem like much, but it's plenty for both mild off-road excursions and daily driving. With an average of a cool 29 miles per gallon, it also consumes gasoline sensibly. Because all-wheel drive is standard, you'll have superior traction in the rain, snow, and on uneven surfaces. However, safety is where the Forester really excels. You can receive automated emergency braking, blind spot recognition, rear cross-traffic alert, and more with Subaru's EyeSight Driver Assist. It is understandable why the 2024 model was awarded the INHS Top Safety Pick Plus Award. Additionally, reliability is high, scoring 83 out of 100 on the J.D. Power scale. In less than a year, some owners have already accrued more than 75,000 kilometers. That's incredible for a car that costs less than $30,000. Additionally, the Wilderness option adds tougher tires and more ground clearance if you're itching for adventure. Do you want something that is more urban-friendly? The finest of two extremes are shown in our following 2 selections. We have the Mazda CX-5 at number 3. You can tell it's excellent when everyone is driving one. More than simply a fan favorite is the 2022 CX-5. For good reason, it is Mazda's most well-liked SUV. It combines long-lasting dependability, streamlined design, and easy handling into a stylish package. There are 2 engine options available to you. 18.7 horsepower is produced by the base 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, and torque of 86 pound-feet. With premium gasoline, the turbocharged variant can produce up to 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque if you desire more power. Mazda's Skyactiv technology is incorporated into both engines, resulting in improved fuel efficiency and quicker reaction times. 22 City and 27 Highway are still managed by the turbo version, That's a huge gain for everyone keeping an eye on fuel prices. Additionally, the CX-5 keeps things under control. Although it doesn't pose as a sports vehicle, it provides a smooth and stable ride at greater speeds. This is not the automobile for you if you enjoy a flamboyant dashboard or a dazzling cockpit. Mazda is cautious when it comes to interior design, but dependability makes up for aesthetics. You are in it for the long run because many CX-5s fly more than 80,000 kilometers. And at just $28,000, that's a great deal for intelligence, strength, and a hint of beauty. Next up is a high-end beast that forgoes speed restrictions in favor of mountain paths. The Lexus GX460 comes in at number 2. It says a lot that the 2023 GX460 is the Toyota Land Cruiser's most stylish and sophisticated variant. Its 4.6-liter V8 engine produces 329 pound-feet of torque and 301 horsepower. That implies having power when required even on difficult roads or when carrying a heavy load. Its selling pitch isn't fuel efficiency. On the city and highway, expect to get 15 and 19 miles per gallon respectively. However, you are chasing miles rather than calculating money when purchasing a GX. Wood trimmings greet you as soon as you enter. A 10.3-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay and leather seats. There is adequate space for the entire crew together with baggage, equipment, and grandma's delicacies thanks to the 3 rows and seats for 7. What about the comfort? It adds vigor to lengthy drives. Lane departure alert, blind spot monitoring, pedestrian recognition, and a pre-collision system are all included into the design. However, where does this tank flourish? Off-road. The GX handles snow, mud, and gravel like an expert thanks to its adaptive suspension and full-time 4-wheel drive. It's not for everyone, with prices starting at about $59,000. However, the GX460 is a great option if you want classic ruggedness with a high-end badge. The greatest SUV Japan has to offer is ideal for everyone, even if this vehicle caters to a narrow market. First place goes to the RAV4. The 2018 model is the diamond in the crown of Toyota's golden child, the RAV4. This model, which was at the top of the 4th generation, was flawless in every way. Performance, dependability, and everyday usefulness are all at an all-time high. A 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 776 horsepower and 172 pound-feet of torque can be found under the hood. Dependability? Nothing fancy. Let's go on to the twist though. Starting in 2019, all of the more recent RAV4s are powered by CVTs. Furthermore, despite Toyota's excellent reliability reputation, concerns have been expressed about CVT builds in general. They haven't gained the same level of long-term trust as classic automatics, feel rubbery, and age poorly. The 2018 model is still a popular favorite because of this. Kelley Blue Book rated its dependability a flawless 5 stars. It's easy to use and pleasant inside, just spacious seating for 5 people, clever storage, and everything in its proper place. Nothing fancy. The worst part is still to come. With minimal maintenance, these RAV4s frequently reach 250,000 miles. The 2018 is your best option if you want a RAV4 that is reliable and you want to save a significant amount of money. The top and worst SUVs available in Japan are listed there. Do you think our choices are good or bad? If so, please share your ranking in the comments section below.